Hey, this is Sam Black with my fourth match with Lantern in Modern. I am on the play, and his hand is not great because I only have one artifact to protect these Glimmer Voids, but I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to lead Glimmer Void Pyrite Spellbomb somewhat greedily. I don't see any reason not to play Cliffs. Inquisition. Playing against this deck again. That's unexpected. I'll take the Matter Reshaper, obviously. A couple eyes, no World Breaker to watch out for. Alright. So, for the moment, this Infernal Tutor is hard to turn on because I'm not about to have anything to Abrupt Decay. Which I think is going to result in using Abrupt Decay on my own Pyrite Spellbomb and drawing a card in response to turn on Tutor so that I can find Lantern. But we need to wait a moment to do that. I'm going to Bell, even though it potentially finds World Breakers for my opponent since they already have a World Breaker in hand. This is with Eldrazi Mimic. Let's see. I guess I have enough mana to do everything, so I'll Needle here. Certainly catch Foothills if my opponent doesn't sacrifice it in response. Okay, my opponent passed the test. So now the options are basically Eye and World Breaker. I think I want to get Eye. Not terribly impressive, but I can't think of anything better to get. I guess I could get Wooded Foothills. That doesn't seem great, though. Alright, hold control. Kill this. Draw a card in response. We're really doing it. Oh, and I just found a Lantern. Alright, cool. And a Ghost Quarter. Okay, so what I don't know now is whether I want Bridge or Codex Shredder. Or Thoughtseize. I actually kind of like the idea of getting Thoughtseize because it gives me information about what I'm going for and lets me... Oh, but Thoughtseizing World Breaker isn't good because it's World Breaker. So I guess I don't love that option. I could also get nothing for right now. Let's mill and see where we're at. Since I don't really want my opponent to... Yeah, I definitely don't want my opponent to draw that. I could Ghost Quarter Eye and shuffle this away, but I don't love doing that without knowing my opponent's hand. I could Ghost Quarter Eye and tutor for Surgical and Surgical Eye. There's an Eye already milled. I could Surgical Eye before making the decision about whether I want to Ghost Quarter it. I definitely want to use the Infernal Tutor now because I have Seagate Wreckage, which I want to turn on. think I just want to get another mill piece, because I can use Lantern to find other things that I need from there. And it lets me get rid of the Eldrazi Temple that I definitely don't want my opponent to draw. I'll get Codex Shredder, because I might want to, because I don't have an Academy Rune, so I might want to use it to get something back. Drawing Surgical is nice. Get rid of this Temple. That's not as bad. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So one more land is Worldbreaker mana if I don't do anything about it. So I'm gonna Surgical either Temple or Eye. The advantage to Eye is that my opponent theoretically might have one in hand, whereas they would have played a Temple. Actually, let's just mill first, because if I find a Worldbreaker, that would be perfect. Oh, I can draw step Surgical Temple now. That's pretty appealing. Wow, shuffling it away. Okay, so apparently they don't need the mana. Straight back to another Temple. Well, this all still works with my plan, unless there's another. I'm just gonna stick to what I was doing. Alright, so yeah, let's get the Temple. There is another Eye. And 2 Worldbreakers. What else matters in here? Very little. And as far as needle targets, the only alternative was getting these 2 Mind Stones. Okay, so I just have to deal with these Worldbreakers, which is not particularly easy, because if I kill the Eye, my opponent can just play another one, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Worldbreaker is just happening. That's just a fact that I have to accept. It's not the worst fact to accept, though. Getting Seagate Wreckage. That is certainly a card I can live without. I don't really want my opponent to draw Ancient Stirrings. Not that I want to draw Llanowar Wastes, but maybe I care more about my situation. It's more immediate. That's much better. And Ensnaring Bridge coming up. Things are improving. Oh, right, this is still a Worldbreaker, but I also have Codex Shredder, so I can work on getting this Surgical back at some point, but I don't have the mana just this moment. Let's get rid of this. Gemstone Cavern is fine, I suppose. Alright, so now I'm in this funny situation where I only have 4 mana. I need a 5th mana. So I guess I can't draw Bridge right now. Not drawing Bridge seems fatal. I guess I have to draw Bridge. Is it correct to cast the bridge? I think it's correct to do something. Kinda wish I'd needled Worldbreaker at this point. Although if I had needled, yeah, would have just killed the eye. Can't cast Surgical here. If I play the Ensnaring Bridge, it just gets Worldbreaker. I need to hold the Ensnaring Bridge until after the other Worldbreaker comes down. And another Codex Shredder is not what I need. And I'd probably rather my opponent not draw endless ones, since it allows them to pressure me without playing the Worldbreaker. So I should use the Ghoulcaller spell. Those are a fine pair of cards. Worldbreaker back in hand. Now the question is, are you actually going to cast it? No, I don't want Thought-Knot Seer to happen. Alright, we'll roll the dice on that one. Another Thought-Knot Seer. Can't do anything about that. Problematic. Alright, we have a new immediate concern, which is the fact that I'm facing lethal, and I have to find a bridge, which will then get Worldbreakered. I cannot win. Alright, so, against this build of Eldrazi, Surgical is great, and I don't really like Inquisition of Kozilek. And I do like Welding Jar and Spellskite and Grafdigger's Cage. And I don't like Pyroclasm, and I'm not huge on Abrupt Decay. And I don't like Pyrite Spellbomb. And I could do without a Bell, but I think I end up needing to play it. I don't love any of this removal stuff. Yeah, this is where it's just a bunch of mediocre cards, and I just have to put some in. And the last time I decided to go artifact heavy to keep my Glimmer Voids and Opals on. I think I feel fine about that direction. Cycling is relatively near the top of the list of things I want to do at this point. Abrupt Decays are not good, but I think I like the versatility more than my other options. Maybe it's a bad Inquisition. Let's try this. One land, but a lot of good things going on. I'm going to keep this. Surgical is pretty important here, and I have Lantern and Codex Shredder. don't want to blind mill in this matchup because of the Ancient Grudges, so we're leading with Lantern. Giving my opponent an eye, unfortunately. Found a World Breaker. I'm actually going to shred this Matter Reshaper as it presents an immediate clock that I'm not really prepared for. I think I have to let my opponent draw lands for now and try to use Surgical to answer the big threats. I guess I wish I had mill Surgical and draw step, but I wasn't really thinking about it. That's probably going to kill me. I'm going to need to find lands, which these things are not. Duress. Yeah, Duress isn't very good. Okay, so hand is World Breaker, Ulamog, and lands. All the lands tap for 1, and one of them is an Urborg. We certainly cannot allow this. Alright, I get to Surgical that. That's what my first Surgical is doing. I think it's worth spending mana on this. Well, I'm taking multiples of 5. I'd probably rather just get things into play. I can Needle the Wooded Foothills, and that gets something productive into play. And allow my... oh. I guess I can't actually allow my opponent to draw it because then they can flash back the Grudge, so... oh well. Only 3 Grudges in this list. Briefly check what else is going on here. Some Mimics, Endless Ones, Matter Reshapers. Slightly more aggressive build than the last one I faced, I think. And then we're still just up against World Breaker, Ulamog, and lands. Okay. Mindstone is fine. I can't afford to draw a Lantern. I have to mill myself to find lands or bridge. So this Needle probably should have been on World Breaker or something, or at least I should have Surgicaled first and then figured out what Needle, which might have ended up being Mindstone, I suppose. Mill this. That I have to keep. So this is between Glimmervoid and Academy Ruins. I don't want the Jump Blocker, and I think Academy Ruins is the less replaceable effect. So I'll take that. And now I just need to find a bridge in very, very few draws. So this gives me an extra draw at it, this gives me an extra shuffle. There's a world where I can draw land into bridge if I play the Lantern now, rather than cycling the Spellbomb. So now I go to 2, so this Thoughtseize is wildly undesirable. Now I have to shred myself. Perfect. Now I just have to deal with the fact that my opponent has a World Breaker and I can't Thoughtseize, and I'm at 2, and my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana in play, 6 mana, going up to 7 right now, which is enough to cast World Breaker. So I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm actually just dead. I could stop my opponent from drawing land, but I know that if nothing else, there's another Urborg in hand. So, 1, 2, oh, and this is actually 3 mana because of Urborg, so this is plenty to cast the World Breaker, and I'm just dead. So this game was primarily me getting punished for not paying attention to the fact that there was not setting a draw step or a stop on my opponent's draw step in anticipation of having the opportunity to mill Reality Smasher and then surgical it, seeing that I needed to use surgical to buy time from big threats, and then getting killed by Reality Smasher being cast that turn. If I'd had a lot more time because of being able to use the surgical there, this might have gone differently. But can't win them all, I suppose.